Hello and welcome to another episode of Dental Lab Insights. I'm delighted to say I have Martha Martin with me today, the CEO of Triad Dental Studios in Greensboro, North Carolina. Martha, welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming in. Now, I was just wondering if we could start by just telling people a little bit about Triad Dental Studios and what you do.
Okay, we're a full-service dental laboratory. My husband opened it in 1983 in Kernersville, North Carolina. In 2003, we built a new facility and moved to Greensboro, North Carolina, about 10 miles away. Make crowns, bridges. We have a very heavy focus on cosmetic dentistry and removables. We added a removable department about 7 years ago, and it is growing almost faster than I can keep employees
Really?
to operate it, yes.
And what's driving that then? What's driving the removables market?
I think it's the baby boomers and the fact that there's more money that they can put into their restorations, but people are more conscientious about how they look. So maybe before they would just have a tooth pulled, they didn't pay as much attention, but now they're wanting high-end removables, things that look really good. And we're doing a tremendous amount of these hybrid cases, and we just love creating beautiful smiles.
Yeah, great.
So,
and I guess the digital technology has changed a lot, has changed how labs operate a lot, and I guess you're using those sorts of processes, are you, in the removables area?
well, now we have not added digital dentures into our removables. We've been a little bit slow to take on that. We want to make sure that it's tried and true.
Right.
A big believer. I don't like to be the first one in.
Yeah, Pioneer always gets arrows in the back.
I want to make sure that everything is working properly, that we've got really good materials for this, which I think that it is almost there. So digital dentures may be in our laboratory within the next year. We're looking into that, but not yet. But everything else in our laboratory on the fixed side goes through our digital department, so everything is designed digitally. We have everything, all of the crowns go through our CAD department. And then we do a tremendous amount of milling. Nothing is hand waxed in our department or in our laboratory at all now.
Right. And I guess you've seen quite a lot of change over the years in terms of how the processes have worked.
We have, and when we built our laboratory in 2003, Matt and I had the opportunity to actually lay down the whole workflow. We designed the laboratory. It was a Cavo laboratory, beautiful lab. Never occurred to us that we were going to need a digital department. So when digital came along, it really threw out our whole program as far as how our products flowed through our laboratory. So we've kind of had to reinvent some areas. I wish that we could go back and start over, but we can't. It's too expensive at this time. But we've put our digital department, our CAD department, right in the middle of our laboratory, so that crown and bridge is on one side of it. Our porcelain technicians are right there at the designers, so if they have any input that they need to make into the designs with the designers, it's available to them.
They're alongside each other working.
They are working right beside each other, yes.
Now, Martha, I know that you're very keen on branding in your company, and I was wondering if you just give us a bit of a feel for how you approach that.
Okay, so keeping your brand very consistent through all your marketing communication channels, keeping it clear, knowing what your fonts are. I mean, we're getting into very technical things that when we talked about branding, but something that whoever is looking at your product sees very clear images, your fonts are clear, it's easy to read, you're not putting too much information out there, but then you're taking that brand to the next level and you're getting it to through many different ways of communication.
Yes.
Everyone receives their information differently.
Yeah.
And I have been in so many meetings, they say, don't do direct mailers. Don't do this. I don't believe that. I believe that it's still a very viable part of marketing. And there are so many marketing channels. So you have your direct mailers, you have all your social media. We do LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and we post on those multiple times
Right.
each week.
Yeah.
And we post pictures of our work. We
Mm.
take the pictures in-house. The photographs are very clean and concise
Right.
and detailed, so they
Yeah.
show the doctors the detail that we put into the work.
Mm.
We do statement stuffers, bag stuffers.
Mm.
We do educational events for our doctors. All of this is part of our marketing.
Yeah.
And we just try to communicate who we are and how much attention we pay to the detail.
Yeah.
And then along with that, the foundation of who we are is the customer service that we provide
Right.
to our
Right.
clients.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I feel
yeah.
like digital has really broken down the barriers as far as this laboratory creates this type of crown and this one is very different. They're all kind of coming
Right.
together.
So how do you differentiate yourself as a lab? I
Right.
guess?
So
yeah.
our
Yeah.
differentiation is our communication with our doctors
Mm.
and the fact that we hold their hands through anything that they may need help with,
Mm.
and just the excellent customer service that we try to provide every day.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that the gentleman from Ritz-Carlton is here
Yes. Yes.
because that goes along with customer service.
Yes, I guess from another industry, or clearly from another
Yes.
industry, but also an industry where customer service is absolutely a differentiator between brands.
Right.
That's,
And ultimately, someone told me this within the last month. What we're really in is the business of people.
mm,
And I took that very profoundly
mm,
because we are. And we just happen to make patient-specific dental devices.
right. Yeah.
But we're in the business of people,
Yeah.
from the doctors that we communicate with
Mm,
to the end user, which is the patient,
mm,
and how important it is to create that smile that they're very
Mm.
confident in.
mm,
So it's all about the people
yeah,
and how we deliver that product to them and then how they take that product.
mm.
But that has resonated with me, and I'm going to use that in marketing coming up here.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that.
Will do. And I know you mentioned you've got a lot of channels there, so you're talking about direct mail, you've got social media, you've got emails. How do you kind of handle, keeping that all consistent and the attention to detail that you mentioned?
Okay, so we develop marketing campaigns.
Right.
Blair Burns, she is my marketing manager.
Mm.
And so she brings this wonderful design aspect. She majored in marketing. Well,
Mm.
no, I take that back. She did not major in marketing. She majored in graphic design at Meredith College
Right.
in North Carolina. Fantastic designer.
Yeah.
And so when she came to work with us, she had no knowledge of the dental laboratory.
Right.
I brought out the crayons, which I did for a previous marketing person that I had. Not that Blair needed it,
Mm.
but to show her that for me, communication is about pushing this out multiple different ways.
Mm.
And don't assume that everybody receives that communication
Mm.
the same, because what works for you is going to work
Yeah.
very differently for me.
Yes. Yeah.
I have some doctors who are in their 80s. We still have a couple of
you?
doctors who are practicing.
Yeah.
Won't read an email.
Yeah.
Won't read anything, but you text them
Yeah.
and they love it. And that is
Right.
not what I anticipate
Okay.
whatsoever.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And then I have some younger doctors who do not send me a text. I won't
Mm.
read it.
Really. Right.
So never assume that
Mm.
it's by the age.
Mm. Yeah.
Everybody receives it differently. And
Yes.
also another thing I think that's very important about marketing and communication is not
Mm.
only the dentist who are receiving that information, also the assistants.
Mm.
We try to get in front of assistants because sometimes they're decision makers,
Mm. Right.
or some of the other office staff.
Yes.
So if I get some of my marketing communication in front of them, they've heard it, then perhaps the doctor has heard it, and
Mm.
I've had a campaign that's going on. Oh, they do complex cases at that laboratory.
Right.
Oh, they have removables at that laboratory. Look at this photo of some of the removables
Right.
that they have done.
Yeah. So that's the relationship
So-
between the doctor and the
Right.
assistant. Yeah. Mm.
And you really have to make 5 to 12 contacts before they start taking notice of you
Yeah.
and before you're going to make that sale.
Yes.
And I think so many times that people have that one communication,
Mm.
oh, they didn't buy, so I'm done, I'm moving on. Don't
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
there is something that you can offer them.
Yes, yeah, very interesting. And do you think the relationship between the laboratory and the doctor is changing in a way in terms of like communication, what they expect from you? And
I think the expectations are higher
Right.
from the lab, what they're expecting from us, and they need more communication than ever.
right, yeah,
They need us to hold their hand, and
Mm.
we are very hands-on with the doctors.
Mm.
Our phone is on 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Right.
And we even have doctors that come by our home to do case planning. And we don't mind. I mean, that's what we do.
Mm.
We're passionate about the industry
Mm.
and creating a great product for that end user. So.
Yeah. Great. And if you were to give, say, one tip for a lab that's thinking about trying to change the way they're doing their marketing, or one thing that you think works really well, what would that be?
Be consistent.
Okay.
Again, just stay very consistent.
Mm.
Don't give up. Keep putting that message out there.
Mm.
Don't change your logo. Keep your colors the same so
Mm.
that they recognize you.
Yeah.
And you may even take your logo and then take something off of it and develop even another brand within your brand,
Right.
which we have managed to do, and it's great.
Yeah. And the dentist will always recognize
They
who you
recognize
are.
us, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have thought about, it's time to update our brand. No, we did not.
Mm.
We're continuing on. We might add another tagline to it.
Yes.
So-
I guess there's always that danger that you can tinker with the logo, but
Yes.
really the idea is just
Don't.
no.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't change it.
Yeah. Martha, that's been really interesting. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you
Been
for
great to meet
having
you.
me. Nice to meet you
Thank
as
you so
well.
much. Thank you so much. And well, stay tuned for another episode of Dental Lab Insights.